Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining in and stay tuned for more. So today I want to talk about the mind as our resource. We like to think about resources as things outside ourselves, things that we can tangibly access or things that we can touch physically with our hands. But I'm coming to believe more and more in this idea that our best resource as human beings is our mind. So our minds is a centerpiece. It's the formation. It's a place where our ideas form and direct our life. They say that your ideas is it like your actions are not better than your thoughts and something in that line. So we don't do any better than how well calibrated our minds are, and a well calibrated mind is a mind that doesn't just have information. We always have this obsession with just consumption of information, but a mind that cannot process information, or a mind that is not calibrated well enough to process information, um, typically what happens is this kind of mind finds this information as erratic noise or things that are not sensible. So the mind has either of two things. If it's not important enough, it will discard it, or like it'll just do away with it. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk about. So our minds are a resource, and they're a resource because out of our mind thoughts come, and those thoughts shape our actions, and our actions shape the results that we get, and further on our life. Like that's the cycle of thoughts and actions and the results or the effects on us. And you see, the mind interprets the results. It sees, if it's well calibrated enough, it can adequately interpret the results and figure out, where does this result come from, why does it do this, why does it happen like this. So yeah, there's that. Then I want to talk about the mind as a centerpiece. The modern kind of life, the modern kind of human being, the modern kind of life, you realize one of the main things that is happening is our attentions our attention, our collective attention as human beings, is becoming the most valuable um, thing on the planet. And you might ask, why do I say that? Because it's becoming attention is scarce, yeah, and everyone is trying to put something in front of your face. And you see, the thing that happens when your attention is not good, when your attention is scattered, or when your attention is all over the place, is that you cannot make proper decisions, or your brain finds all this information um, too much. It cannot make a proper decision on one or the other. It's constantly being fed random stuff, and this random stuff can cause confusion. That's basically what is happening. It's confusion. So what I'm trying to illustrate is the fact that our minds are a resource, and any resource should be used well. Because if they're not used well, remember, with resources, most of them come, very few resources are renewable. And if you don't take care of the resource that you have, you can end up losing your best bet at anything. You can end up losing your biggest asset of all time. So, and in my opinion, our biggest asset of all time is our brains, and I think we should calibrate our brains. So by calibration, I just mean making your brain sharp, not just necessarily becoming smart or increasing the IQ. In the modern world, we're obsessed with increasing IQ. What I'm trying to illustrate is try to make it more calibrated, basically increasing your understanding, increasing your focus and attention, increasing the power of your thoughts. How you increase the power of your thoughts and your willpower is having a brain that is not what do you call, a brain that's not scattered. Basically, your attention is very direct to one thing, and you can think about one thing at each every time you think about just one thing, not many things at the same time. Some of these things are very hard to do, but the closer and closer you are to this kind of ideal, then you're very, very, very potent and lethal individual, not necessarily in a bad way, but you can achieve a lot of what you want to achieve. So I think that's what I wanted to explain. Our minds are a resource. They're very powerful. They have a very it's the one asset that we own without having to buy. We just come with it. The only difference is when you have things for free, you naturally don't have the 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 call or the duty for maintenance. You don't feel the urge for maintenance. You just see it as, oh, I didn't buy it. I didn't get it at a very expensive price. So I didn't even pay anything for it. I just have it. So you don't have any you don't have any appreciation for maintenance on that kind of asset, or you don't also have appreciation for so first is you don't have appreciation for maintenance. The second is you don't have um, the appreciation for calibrating it to its best ability, because I mean it's there's no clear manual on how to use this thing. It's just you understanding how it works, and with what you understand about what how it works, you calibrate it um, uh, respectively or accordingly. And one of the ways of calibrating your brain is reading is one of them, listening to audiobooks, like getting information and letting your brain chew on that kind of information, process the information, and then give a result. So when it gives a result, now you are cultivating understanding. So that is all I wanted to share with you today, and thank you for joining, listening in, and see you next time.